And you actually look around the room, and the only things that are clear in your visions are the 10 of you. At the center of this room, there is a gigantic cylindrical vat that extends from the floor all the way to the ceiling. It's filled to the brim with liquid, some kind of liquid, and you think to yourself that maybe it's kind of like an aquarium. But when you try to discern the contents of this tank, it just, again, same thing. It looks like this murky, foggy image, kind of like you were staring into TV static. Standing in front of you, oh, I don't know who dropped, but rest in peace. Standing in front of you is a man, or at least you think they're male, some kind of male humanoid. Like everything else in the room, it's really hard to tell who or what it is you're looking at. And again, as you try and just squint to get a better idea of this person's face, your brains are just filled with static. And yet there's something familiar about this person standing in front of you. After all, he was the one who brought you here in the first place. And you think that to yourself and like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. Because if he brought us here, then surely I would know who they are, right? But he's standing right in front of you, and you just can't remember. This person thing opens his mouth and says, "Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends, as discussed earlier, your memories of recent events are in the process of being wiped." And you think to yourselves, oh, that makes sense. I agreed to this after all. Wait, what? He continues, "I promised your past selves that I would do my best to explain the offer before you. What you've experienced this past week is nothing short of extraordinary, and all of you have demonstrated remarkable capability to navigate these sort of existential terrors that threaten the balance of this world. You probably don't remember at all what I'm talking about, but to keep it brief, you were just responsible for saving the lives of hundreds, potentially thousands of people. Your abilities are promising, and so I'd like to offer you all a job. Again, I'll keep it brief. We have only about 4 minutes before your memories are gone completely. I will give you two options. Join our organization and help become a protector of this world. On the table in front of you is a container of fluid as well as some glasses. Drinking from that container means that you accept this offer, and your memories will shortly return to you. Your second option," and he points towards an open door, "is to leave. You'll forget about all of this and return to your normal lives. As of now, you have roughly 3 more minutes to consider, so think it over, but do it quickly." What do you do?
Leave.
I leave.
Will my son be okay?
I've got nothing better going on.
Would anybody like to offer to be the first to drink?
Will my son
I'll do
be
it.
okay?
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I can assure you that regardless of your choice, we will ensure the safety and protection of anyone you love and care.
I stand back and watch them drink first.
Okay.
What if we don't want to drink?
Well, sort of breaking the fourth wall, then you'll have to make a new character. But who was
Hi.
the first to step up?
Oh wait,
Tatas and I
Wait.
were the first people to volunteer, I
Okay.
think.
wait. So if we leave, we have to make a new character.
Don't give him
Yes,
ideas,
this is-
guys.
This is setting up the story moving forward. But yes. But Tatas, you decide to drink first. Then, let me switch over to this view. You walk up to this vat, and there's a little spigot in the front. You open it, and out of this container comes this thick, black sludge. And it kind of just plops into this glass that you're holding. And you raise it up, I guess, to your mouth, and Bob's your uncle, bottoms up. As you gulp it down, it goes down. It's gross. It's very much like when you're really sick and congested, and you sort of like snort in a glob of mucus. That's kind of what it feels like. And for a moment,
Sounds
as
disgusting.
it lands in your stomach, you feel like you've been punked. But then memories immediately come flooding back to you, and you begin to remember. We now go back to 1 week ago. Tatas, actually, let me switch this scene back here.
Okay, so everyone drank.
If you so choose, then sure. We go back to 1 week before this current event. Let me
Are
open
you
up my
trying
notes.
to just show me something? Josie?
No. It's still very much within your imagination.
Okay.
Tatas, you are rudely awakened by the sound of your phone alarm. It's like, I don't know, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. It's the time you usually get up. Describe to us your character and the room that he's in right now, which would be your home.
It's a little bit chilly, and I turn off my alarm and sit up and check my phone.
You roll out of bed. Tell us about what your character looks like right now. Give us a little physical description.
He's kind of looks like me, honestly. Tall, scruffy, and just
Did Sato say handsome?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
And then there's hair's kind of all got bed hair and real groggy looking and just trying to discern what's going on.
It is a cool fall morning in the city of Philadelphia, which is the current place of your residence. And you wake up, reach over, slap off your phone. You take a moment to, rub out the sand from your eyes. And you open up your phone and you do something that, by the way, please tell me if what I'm suggesting is not at all what your character would do, because I want to stay true to your character.
Okay.
But you wake up and do something you've done somewhat regularly recently. You go over to your messages and you open up your text history with your wife. That is to say, your late wife. What was the last thing that she said to you in this text history?
Be home soon. Love you.
How long ago was that text?
2 years.
You're sitting there reading this and just thinking. And your thoughts are very rudely interrupted by a loud buzzing and ringing from that very same phone. It's from David. He's trying to call you.
Hello, David.
You hear some noise in the background, and David speaks. Your, I guess, close friend. Your name in fiction is Tatas. I forgot about that. Okay. Give me a moment. Hey, good morning, Tatas. How you doing?
What's going on?
Well, as it so happens, I, let's say, acquired some new information that you might be interested in. Are you in a place that's safe to talk about this?
Yes.
So, I know a couple months ago you asked me to look into more details about your wife's death. Couldn't really find to anything that really points to a specific person, but I was able to find some clues that might tip you off. I was looking into the circumstances of her death in the area, and I'm fairly confident that the ones responsible are part of the Sharktooth Gang. And the Sharktooth Gang, as somebody who lives in Philly, you're quite aware of. They have a presence. They're one of many gangs that sort of, police and roam the area. I'm not really sure what it was that she saw that warranted what happened. But as it turns out, a couple of people in this gang, between you and me, they're huge nerds, right? And next weekend, Comic-Con's happening. I know it's kind of a long shot, but listen, I figured it'd get you out of your room as well, and maybe there's a chance you can get another lead from there.
Give me a name.
That's sort of the problem. I don't have a name. It's a loose connection at best.
Okay, I'll be there.
It's gonna be a little hard to get a ticket since it's so close to it, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure something out. Anyways,
Thank
I
you.
gotta go.
Bye.
Have a good one. Phone clicks off. You go through your morning routine and, go to the bathroom, take a shower, whatever, brush your teeth. And as you're making yourself some breakfast, you hear a couple of things happen. Nothing that you would consider is too unusual, because given the area you live in, there's a somewhat elevated level of crime. You hear like some distant gunshot and screaming, whatever. But Tatas, why don't you go ahead and make our first roll of the campaign? Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
Why do you hate me?
Let me know if you need help doing that, by the way. Oh my gosh, it's so loud.
I gotta get to my character here real quick.
Gotcha.
There it is.
Just forgot to
Character sheet.
mute these windows because that was so loud.
Right. There it is.
You got an 18. All right, starting off strong. Alongside these gunshots, you actually hear what sounds to be basically a laser blaster shot from like Star Wars, which it's not. I know this is distant future. That sort of technology does not exist, and you think to yourself, that's kind of weird, I guess. And as you sort of check out the window and just like casually turn towards the direction of this noise, you actually see some distant flashes of red, very bright flashes, and they're traveling as if there were actual blaster shots. Now, the way I want you to think about this is that, like, think that you, the actual person, Tatas, you looked outside and saw actual blaster shots being fired.
Okay.
That's the scene in front of you, and that is weird. Very weird. Would you be interested in investigating?
Yes.
Okay. You quickly shut off the burner. Your little distraction has unfortunately burned your breakfast. But you put on your clothes and wait a little bit for the action to calm down before heading out in the direction. And that is where we will leave off with you and move on to the next person. Let me change the sound a little bit. And also let me change the scene in Roll20. Because we now take a zoom out from this apartment in West Philly, dive into Center City, specifically to the outside of this ginormous, bustling casino filled to the brim with flashing lights, lots of noise, lots of action. We find ourselves inside the Luck of the Irish, one of the biggest casinos in Philly. Despite that, it's kind of a mess inside. There's a heavy layer of cigarette smoke that sort of just permanently fills the air. When you walk in, the smell of booze and carpet stains hits your nose immediately. If anybody is willing to find some casino-related soundtracks, you are more than welcome to do so. I don't want to lose my flow too quickly. I'm just going to keep going. We are like a movie shot, kind of flying in from the outside, and as we zoom on in, we see all of these slot machines, we see all these tables and dealers, a lot of action, a lot of noise, a lot of people laughing. What breaks through the noise, though?
Pokemon. Fucking Pokemon.
Okay, sure, that works. What breaks through the noise, though? We hear somebody say, "Stop that cheat!" And there you see a half gnome running as fast as she can, weaving in between patrons, knocking over a waiter with a tray full of drinks. And you watch as she dashes towards the exit and is about to break through the threshold before a shadow steps out. And this would-be con artist runs face first into this figure. Dynasty, please describe to us your character with this lovely Pokemon music going on in the background.
So my character's got red hair, and she's strong, but not like Hulk muscular, just has muscles. And I am a card dealer at the Luck of Irish.
Very good. Let me just get your little token out in here. There you go. Now you've got a face to match with. Lilith, this rather... Sorry for the halfling discrimination. This rather short figure runs right into you. Really quick, go ahead and make a strength check, and I'm going to make one with disadvantage. I rolled hot garbage. Okay. She runs right into you, and you stand your ground, and you knock her flat on her back. What do you do?
Just say, I look down, I'm like, where are you going, buddy? And he's just like, is it a he or a her?
It is a her.
Okay. So she just looks at me and doesn't really know what's going on because she just dropped to the floor. And
She's very, very dazed. Absolutely.
and then the guys kind of finally catch up after running after her.
Yes, what your little intervention does gives the other bouncers and guards more than enough time to actually get involved. And still dazed, they pick her up by the arms, and one of them nods towards you and says, we'll take it from you.
Thanks, guys.
What are you doing right now?
I was just coming off of break, going to one of the craps tables to work.
Oh, well, there you go. You make your way to, I don't know what gate craps is, but it's some gate involving a board. You make your way over to your station, and one of the regulars is there. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to think of a name. Just, they've been there before, and they sort of greet you warmly. And just sort of ask, how's your day been? How's it going? Saw what you did back there. It was kind of cool.
Just another day in the casino. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right, just got a little payday, so thought I'd treat myself and come here right after work,
Yeah, awesome.
Are you doing anything this weekend? I feel like I don't know. I see you here all the time. You gotta get out and do stuff, girl.
Someone's gotta pay the bills.
I mean, I'm not asking to go on. I just care about you.
Oh, thanks for coming to see me. Are you gonna play the table?
Getting right back down to business, huh?
Yeah.
And the games begin. We follow these bouncers who took away this would-be thief, and we follow them into one of the main elevators that exist. Inside, there is an elevator man, that is not the name for that. I don't remember what they're
Elevator
called.
operator?
Yes, thank you. Let's go with that. There is an elevator operator. And
Elevator
we
jockey
see
sounds more fun though.
we see one of these two bouncers still dragging this dazed half gnome, and they sort of nod. And before anybody else can enter the elevator, we see the operator click the door close button, which in this establishment does actually work and is not fake. And we hear they say, "Take us down to 4777." With that, there is an acknowledging nod, and the jockey presses a combination of buttons that are sort of just like he presses like floor 8 and then floor 10 and then floor 2 all at the same time, and then presses the you know the button that's like to call the fire department, clicks that button. And we see this elevator car descend for an uncomfortable amount of time. And as it opens, what is revealed to us is a different scene entirely. One that is hidden away from the usual patrons of the Luck of the Irish. Down here, we see a lot of, for lack of a better word, nasty looking people. They look like they can really mess you up if you got on the wrong side of them. They're all dressed very, very professionally. I'm just gonna go out and say it. They're just imagine like, you know, the mafia. That's kind of what we're looking at here. And this poor lady is taken to a room and the door noisily shuts. And shortly after, we hear some banging and some cries of pain. We now slowly pan over to a different room. The doors currently are closed, but inside there is, well, Guided, why don't you tell us what we find inside this room? Describe to us your character and the condition we find them in.
I would say I am very hungover. I don't know what time it is, but I had a wild night. I don't care. And I'd feel like I would be a little bruised up. I don't know what happened. I'd grab my head and I'd be like, fuck.
Right. And there's a little wash station. What's the state of your room right now?
I would say very messy, only because I haven't had time to fix anything up at all.
Mm-hmm. You walk over to the little sort of like wash station that you have. It's a single room situation. You don't have like a separate area for a bathroom really, and there's not really a toilet in there. But you walk up to this little sink and you look at the mirror. There's just like your right eyelid is like so swollen, and there's this huge gash that just runs all the way down one cheek. But you cannot remember, first of all, how you even got there. I mean, you know where you are, but you just don't know how you got there, and also how you got these injuries. And through the closed door, we hear a muffled, let me see the best way that I can do this, just like scream into my arm or something. Just like a whole like, "Oh, fuck! Don't bleed on me, this is a new shirt!" And we hear a door slam. And somebody knocks on your door. And it's a familiar voice. It's a friendly voice. It's someone you know. and knocking on the door, and yo, Cal, you up?
Ugh.
Hello.
I don't even answer. I just eyes closed because I've been here. I kind of know the lay of the room. Eyes are closed, and my feet aren't even picking up off the ground. I'm kind of just sliding them just very slowly. I feel really disoriented, really like dizzy. Keeping my eyes closed probably doesn't help, but I don't care. And I just make my way, and I just like haphazardly open the door and push it open. I'll be like, "What happened to
shit.
me?"
Listen, actually, I don't think you're gonna like it, but you may be a little bit of an internet sensation right now. Listen, I didn't come here
my
to.
one good eye. I'm like, huh?
I didn't come here to shoot shit. The
Am I
boss
on
is looking for you, and you don't want to make her angry.
Okay. So I'll just look down at my clothes. Good enough. Just put on my shoes, and then I'll just follow right after him.
Oh, you don't gotta follow him. They trust you enough. You know where to go. You walk right up to the boss's office. I don't know why they're New York gangsters now. They're Irish. But there's these huge double doors made of solidly built oak or some solid wood. I'm not a carpenter, but they're very well made. They've seen better days, and you noisily push them open and creak open. And inside the room, you see the boss. Let me get that token up. This is the wrong window. I need to be on the DM screen, not the player screen. My mouse also keeps going invisible, and it's frustrating me. Please, mouse, I need you. Thank you. Okay, there's the mouse. Her name is Kayleigh. Let me just get her token out here. This is the first thing you see. Her name's Kayleigh. She's wearing sort of like full black suit, like black shirt. Her black jacket is right now slung over her large office chair. She's got both feet up on the desk, in one hand just kind of lazily swirling a glass of whiskey. In her other hand is her cell phone, and there is a video playing. And in this video, you hear like there's sort of some commotion, there's the sounds of a fight, and then you hear your voice. You hear a grunt that's very noticeably yours. Very, very audibly yours. Something happens, she laughs. Also in this room is your very good friend, Culdur. So, Nirian, why don't you describe to us your character, what they look like?
Are we in a private area?
Yes, you were essentially in the boss's sanctum.
All right, so I don't have my sunglasses on. So dark skin, very like. If you've ever seen a person in Europe who's like really black to the point where his skin is blue, like I don't know if you all have seen that before, but it's this like really, it's cool. But his skin is almost blue. He passes off as human as much as possible. He's wearing a hoodie. He normally wears sunglasses to cover up his eyes. His eyes, however, they're black where the white should be, and they're blue. And he generally keeps his hood up at all times. He wears extremely baggy clothes. He is somehow charismatic, even though he's not said anything yet. He just is.
Just
and no
gives
one
off that
understands
air,
why. Yeah.
Right?
Big dick energy.
Not necessarily. He gives off more. He might be a scammer, but he might also give you the best deal of your life. You're not quite sure yet.
I mean, I guess it depends on how proportional his is.
Okay, so his head is oddly wide. No one is sure why. His head is just wide. He plays it off. It is what it is. He has a beard that is always seen. That's just goes straight down, but doesn't have like a mustache or anything. So it's like not a neck beard, but if you want to think that, go for it. More like an Abraham Lincoln beard, but long. So it goes down to about like where mine is, I guess. He is there any kind of like prompt that for him or?
Yeah, in a moment. I mean, so you were called into the boss's office. You're not quite sure why, because she actually asked for both you and Cal. And you're probably about to find that out, but you kind of found her doing the same thing. Like this is actually like the second or third time she's watched this video, and you've kind of just been like in the room uncomfortable because it took ages for Cal to get here.
Oh, I'm 100% on my phone.
Be like,
It's a razor, even though it's 27.
What do you do? Your eyes do meet though. Once the doors open and you look up, there's Cal, and I don't know when the last time you saw Cal was, but you've also seen the video, the context which I will explain shortly. But yeah, he looks pretty messed up right now.
How's it going, man? And I'll like nod to him as I walk over, and I'll just grab the whiskey right out of Calliope's hand. Really, thank you, and I'll sit back down.
I give him an awkward nod, as you do.
Listen, I'm just happy that you seem all right in the head, because honestly, that whiskey was for me. But if you weren't who you were, well, let's just say you might not be still standing there. Good morning, Cal.
I love you too.
You came back late last night. You don't remember anything?
Nothing.
Maybe this will jog your memory. And she hands over the phone to you. Cal, you are at a unidentifiable bar. It's a shitty bar. It's like a really bad bar, just somewhere. You don't know where. And like actually the person recording, it's basically a really crappily recorded fight video. Like it's not even horizontal, it's vertical. The guy's all shaky and it's like flipping between selfie mode and camera mode. He's like, yo shit, there's something going down, guys, check this out. And he's like waving the phone like so you just can't even see it, right?
Gemstar in the background.
And it's hard as this to see. It's you, Cal, squaring up against some grunt from the Shark Tooth gang, somebody from the rival gang. Why are you fighting?
Keeping it in his theme, I would say that we started off drinking, and that's probably why I got piss drunk. Because we may not have known that we were rival gangs initially, but somehow we just, I mean, two people sit at the bar, you just hang out, you have fun, you talk, whatever, and just shot, drink, and then I think loose lips happened, and maybe it was the topic was brought up, and I don't know, maybe he insulted the way I looked. And I just did a really quick right hook, and that's probably where it was.
Right there, yeah. And pretty much after that, like, you kind of watch as he's thrown off the bar stool or whatever that you were neighbors with. Spits out some blood. And it's kind of funny. I don't know how any of this detail was caught from this crappy recording, but you watch as he sort of smiles, and there's just a row of, like, it's kind of gross, but like, I mean, shark tooth. So this guy is human, as far as you're aware, but it does look like that he filed down his teeth into spikes. Smiles, yells like, "I'm gonna fuck you up!" And then it's just like the video is just absolute chaos. really quickly cuts to the end. You are standing victorious, and you just kind of stagger out the bar to a round of cheers and applause. And then that's the end of the video. They show those little auto plays on. There's the new video getting ready to go. And Calliope is just sitting there. Dang, why did I call her Calliope? It's gonna be so confusing. She's just sitting there with like the dumb grin on her face. Oh, by the way, so she's got I should have described her more. She is you peg her at like late 20, early 30s. She took over the gang actually relatively early after the untimely death of her father. She's got long hair that sort of goes down to like mid shoulder blades level. It was dyed like a vibrant pink, but her brown roots are starting to grow back in. And how tall are you again? You're 5'11"?
No, we changed it to 6 feet because you made a comment.
Oh. 5'12" I forgot. I'm sorry. So she's a little shorter than you, but her aura is let's just say it's a lot more
She means
significant than yours.
business.
Yeah, she means business, but she knows how to have fun, and she's just like,
That's a
you're
nice red
famous,
hook, eh?
Cal. This is, yeah. I heard somebody make noise.
I want to say Culdur this entire time has been on his Razer phone playing Snake.
Incredible. You'll heal up fine, I'm sure. Anyways, does that jog your memory a little bit? Hello, Cal? You in there?
I'd say it's, what is that word? When somebody tries to deny some plausible deniability, what is it?
Pleading the fifth?
I'm pleading the fifth.
You must have really been pissed drunk. I've never seen you struggle so much to string together a sentence.
Yeah, sorry. Talk to me in a few hours, please.
Well, unfortunately, I have to talk to you now. And you're not in any sort of trouble, but I will say that this video might make things a little more difficult for you. I actually asked both of you here because I haven't heard back from Martin, our collector. I sent him out.
Wait, Skinny Martin?
No, you're thinking other one, the Fat Martin.
Oh, okay.
Fat Martin.
The Tiny Martin, yeah.
The ginger.
One of those. You know who it is. He makes really, really good meat pies.
Oh, okay.
The point is, I sent him out deep in the West Philly to collect some dues that we were owed, but it's been like 3 days, and he hasn't responded to any of my calls or texts. I have his last known location, and we're sort of short-staffed right now. I was wondering if, well, not wondering, I forgot, I'm the boss here. I need the two of you to go out and find out what happened. Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
I'm bringing Caroline.
She's
Are there
entering
any
your
like
way.
business propositions there? Should I like bring my stock? Should I?
You are if you want, you're more than free to do that. That's not
because I gotta make
primary-
money.
No, for sure. I understand that. It's not the primary purpose. Priority number one is finding out where the hell he went. If you can snap some quick cash on the side, all the more power to you. I'm not gonna stop you, but just remember the mission. And soonish, because we could use that money. All right. Off you go. What are you bringing? This will actually help because this will establish at least some inventory.
What am I bringing with me?
Mostly yes.
Maybe some. We're allowed to have cards, right?
Cards.
Cards.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can bring cards, of
Plastic.
course.
Okay, so I would bring my wallet with all my shit, and I'll have like $30 because I like odd numbers, and I've always been taught. My dad always taught me to make sure I've got some money on me.
There you go. By the way, for those curious, we're using credits. Just multiply.
Credits.
Just multiply. What did I say? I think just multiply the dollar value by 10, and that's the equivalent thing. Oh, but it's yes, 30. We can do $30. We can do $30.
So
I'm rich in everything else that matters. It's okay.
Cal has somehow managed to fit an entire laptop in his pocket.
Of course.
But it's an old one. It's a very old laptop for some reason. You'd think he'd be more with the times, but no. He's got his Walkman, which it's the only thing he can play that can play like classic CDs, you know?
Hey,
So
those still exist? All right, let's do it.
He refuses to adapt to the MP3 or the MP5 that we're probably on now. It tells you
It's
that
a
the
full
CD
body
is the best
experience.
quality. Exactly. He's got big ass headphones on that he's taken with him. And
are any of you bringing some form of protection?
Yes.
I mean, I've always got my shank and shit.
Caroline.
Okay, I was ready for a sex joke, but I'm glad it didn't go there.
We are professionals in this family, okay?
Speak
What?
for yourself.
Who's Caroline? What?
Huh?
Who's Caroline?
So it's something that I don't know if I can give it away yet.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's
I don't
my
know.
cat.
What do you think, Josie?
It's your
It's up
cat.
to you.
She's
It's
just bringing
completely
the
up to
cat.
you.
It's
a
my
surprise
cat's
tool
name,
we'll use for
so-
later.
Okay.
It
It's
might-
actually a
what?
cat?
It
Is
might
it
be.
actually?
We'll
No.
find out. We'll see what happens, huh?
We'll find out. Yes.
Isn't it fun when you don't know other people's backstories, y'all? All
I'm
right.
just gonna assume it's a cat because it's my cat's name. It's just so weird. That's all.
It's so 50th Street is quite a trek. I assume you wouldn't walk there. You probably took some car or whatever that you own or you appropriated. But you drive on out there. So 50th Street, West Philly. Again, kind of a low to middle income area. There is some crime. You also definitely are aware of sort of like general areas that are controlled by rival gangs and stuff like that. But you make it there. What's your strategy here? You have his last known location.
Can I do a perception check to see like if there's anything? As in, is there places that someone could hide something easily? Like a dark alley.
Yeah, you can
underneath
go
the
ahead and make a
stairwell.
perception check. I think without a perception check though, it's just like there's a lot of places you can hide stuff. But why don't both of you? Because I would say like you're searching together. Question mark.
You're
You're
muted.
muted, guided.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have both of you make perception checks to try and look around, see if you can figure out what happened here. This is the
Got a
part
15.
where it's like the people who thought of intro scenes might have a little more game time, but rest assured you all will get a chance soon.
15.
You got a 15.
I think I got a 13. If I've done that right.
So with a 13, well, I'll just go by highest perception because later down the line when we have 10 people, it's going to be kind of annoying. Cal, you notice a trail of bloody footprints. They're kind of dried up at this point a little bit. And with a 15, they're not humanoid. Well, they're humanoid. They're not human footprints. They're not shoe prints. They kind of look like just oh, sorry. Excuse me. I'm in my notes right now. These are humanoid footprints. I'm so sorry. And they're coming out of a dark alleyway. And actually, as you peer in through this alleyway, let me just make sure that things are properly set up here. Okay, we want to do this. And let me get Culdur in there as well. You peer through this alleyway, and with a 15 at the very edge where there's a corner, you see a rather fat leg sticking out that seems Martin-esque.
I would, just based off of my clothes, I would just reach in front right here and pull Caroline out. And I'll just have it ready. I always carry it's always loaded. And I'm just gonna walk that
Is
way.
the safety on?
No
Okay.
safety, baby.
Definitely not a cat.
Maybe it's a
You
cat.
don't know
Maybe
that
it's
yet.
a future cat.
I haven't revealed it.
Yeah, when she shoots it, you don't know.
There's just a very quiet, like.
Cat that's loaded with catnip. Okay. guys?
You walk through this alleyway, taking your time, slowly. The sounds of the city quietly muffle as you get further and further away from the street you walked in, and you turn the corner. You don't feel like there's anybody there watching or waiting for you, and in front of you is the lifeless body of Martin. But then you turn to your right, and then there's Martin again. And then you look a little bit more. On top of a dumpster, there's a third Martin. Can I have the both of you make our game's first sanity check?
What is that?
when am I
D20?
thinking?
It is a D20. You are proficient, and it's plus intelligence.
Oh. So proficient is what? We get advantage or
No, proficient means you add your proficiency bonus, which is plus 2
okay.
currently, I believe.
I got a 21.
21. Cal?
8.
Cal, you lose 1 sanity. And both of you stare at essentially these dead clones of Martin. And as you sort of like survey the area, there's only 3, but they are all they all look like him. And as far as you can tell, they're not like fake or anything. Can I have both of you also make an investigation check as you try and just figure out what happened here?
That was going to be my next question to do. 16.
This guy's primed for some D&D.
9.
I'm just always ready to roll.
9. Culdur. So all of them have what looks to be they all have basically like cauterized holes in their bodies. Like you can see straight through them. It's like a bullet went clean through, but they're cauterized, like they're burnt off. Almost as if they were shot by like maybe a very high heat powered laser or something. One of the bodies, I don't know if any of you are like familiar with anatomy, but you know enough to know when something's off. One of them seems normal. The other 2 kind of seem to be just like this homogenous mystery meat, essentially. Oh my gosh, the music got very creepy.
The music.
And it's just one of them feels and looks very human. The other 2, much less so. And I'm going to make a check as well. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because I don't think they would sneak here. But as you're investigating what's going on, you hear a very deep, very gruff voice echo out from the other side of the hallway. All my gangster voices sound the same. I gotta. Hey, shitface.
Like, fuck off. And then to look at it.
You
I ignore
turn.
him.
Oh, you ignore him? Really?
Just for a little
Okay.
bit. I ignore
mean-
him, but I'm listening, I'm paying attention to see if he's coming closer.
I've taken out my vape and I'm leaning against a wall and I'm ripping mad cotton.
They are it's multiple footsteps and they're very much coming closer.
All right.
One of them there's like 3 sets of steps. One of them much heavier than the other 2.
I lift my head up, still not even looking towards them, sigh greatly, and then grab my dagger.
Okay.
Or I guess knife.
You turn around, and before you are 3 members of the Shark Tooth Gang. One of which just straight up looks like a shark. Although he's got arms and legs and a little tail. But very much shark-like. Kind of like a great white. The other 2 look more or less human. One of them maybe has like, you don't know if they're tattooed on or if they're real gills on their neck. But they're standing there. And the big guy, he steps up and says, "Is your name Cal?"
Technically.
You the one who fucked up my brother?
And I step and I go, "Hey, whoa, hey, ain't no brother been fucked here. Let me just start off there." And then
What's up? Yeah.
No, if you want to interrupt him in the middle of this, that's perfectly fine. Like as in the shark wants to interrupt him.
I don't know who the fuck you are, but if you know what's good for you, you're gonna stay out of this.
Hey, what?
I sigh again, take out the vape, take another rip, and then lean up against the wall.
He's got my full attention now. I kind of stand up. I was kneeling to kind of look around, but I'm standing up. Yeah. And my body is turned towards him.
I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in him. You should have roughed you up a bit more. Well, when I'm done with you, you're gonna have 2 assholes right where your eyes are supposed to be.
Can I do something really quick while he's talking?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna run up and headbutt him.
Well, that's not how this works. We roll initiative.
Okay. I was hoping for a surprise headbutt, but okay. I need to roll for it.
All right, so I know that guided you are in roll 20, but so you roll initiative. I'll add you in manually. The rest should be automatic.
I can roll from here just so.
Oh,
I got a 23 at critted.
Okay, you critted.
But then it got deleted.
That's no problem. My API is broken, which makes me very sad.
Click on my token.
Not a problem. I will add you in. What's your dex modifier?
+4.
Okay. And let me just roll for these lads and lassies here. Okay. We will keep this brief. But Culdur, you are up first.
I headbutt the shark. What do I roll for that?
He's standing. Oh, so you headbutt the shark. Go ahead and make an unarmed strike. As you run up, this guy's in the middle of saying, "The name's Hammerhead, but you're probably not going to need to know that." Well, let's see if it hits. I gave you an unarmed strike attack. It's in your character sheet.
I don't see it. I got 2 knives.
Go up from your inventory. Oh, wait.
Oh, no, there it is. I see it.
There it is, yes. So it's basically just a 1 plus
21.
your strength. Yeah. That definitely hits. You run up and smash your head up against this guy in the middle of his monologue, and get a solid hit in there. That is 2 bludgeoning damage. He staggers backwards, and he takes a step back, his head reeling before stabilizing himself. You see now that his eyes are filled with bloodlust, and he says, "I don't know who the fuck you are, but you are gonna fucking regret that."
I take an action to spit at him.
Well, that could be free, but I believe your action was attacking him.
Oh
in the
yeah,
face.
that's what I'm sorry. I'm in a free action. Would that be a bonus action? I'm willing to spit.
That's a free action. You can spit as much as you want as a free action. Talking is also a free action.
I substitute my ability to talk to spit at him.
Hammerhead is going to attack the thing nearest to him. He is going to bite down on your shoulder. That is an 11. Don't think that hits, actually.
My AC is 14.
Correct. And he chomps down, but you manage to dash out of the way, and he's going to attempt to catch you with 2 quick jabs. 17 does hit, the 9 does not. You are hit in the ribs, and you hear a cracking sound. You take 4 bludgeoning damage and are pushed to the side. Next up is one of the grunts. They pull out a spiked club and dash right for you, Cal. That is totally not going to hit. They swing, and you quickly sidestep to the right as their club crashes into the wall behind them. The other one pulls out a pistol and attempts to shoot you again, Cal. 16 to hit. I believe that is going to hit. You take 3 piercing damage as a bullet sort of grazes over your left arm. Cal rolled a 20. You should have gone. I don't know why it didn't. But I made a mistake. You get to go, and then you get to go after Culdur.
Okay, so
I don't know how it's going to turn.
Caroline is already out and loaded. I'm going to aim it. Or I'm going to aim it at Hammerhead. And that's going to be. We're using D&D Beyond's chart, right, Josie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see how this works, actually. This is very interesting.
Let's see. It's supposed to be 1d10, but I'm trying to figure it out. I don't think I can custom roll over here.
That's okay. If it's just a D10, then just roll the D10 plus your dex. Or to attack, I guess, roll the D20 plus your dex plus your proficiency.
Yeah. So let's do. That's 11. 13 plus dex.
Yes.
17.
17. Wow, that's
To
a
hit.
big modifier. That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage as you. Now that Caroline's revealed, it's a gun, right?
It's a gun that I've named
Okay,
after one
I'm
of
just-
my ex-girlfriends.
I'm just checking.
She's a bitch.
Brutal.
All right.
Okay, let's see.
It's not a projectile vomiting cat.
Nope. And that is 9 points of damage.
Holy, that is a lot of damage. 9 points. This one lands like right in his gut, and Hammerhead keels over. And he sort of clutches it, and you hear him say, maybe I should have thought about guns before coming out here.
Yeah, maybe.
Next up is Culdur, and then Cal, you'll go again because I skipped your turn last round. Culdur, it is your
Yeah,
turn.
no, I'm trying to think exactly if I would. Okay, hear me out. I've got a little bag of sand. Can I pocket sand this motherfucker?
You did keep that, didn't
I
you?
did.
Okay, here's what
What
we're
do
gonna
I
do.
roll for pocket sand?
Make an attack roll.
Unarmed?
I like that idea because it's so creative. You know what? I'm gonna give you inspiration.
Hey.
Make an attack roll. With I guess Dex. I don't know. I guess it would be Dex. So make an attack roll of Dex and add your proficiency modifier to that. And then if it hits, I'm gonna have Hammerhead make a Constitution saving throw. Let's say it has to beat your spell save.
Oh shit! I rolled it twice. Sorry, it didn't pop
That's
up on the
fine.
screen.
22 is definitely going to be a hit. What is your spell save DC?
Spell save 15.
15. Okay, I will have him make a Constitution saving throw. We'll see if it beats a 15. That is a nat 1. You just chuck this bag of sand and it gets all in his eyes. With a nat 1, it's actually so bad that he falls prone and is blinded. Great. And is at the end of your turn.
What are we distance from each other?
We'll keep that roughly theater of the mind. I mean, you're right now. You'd probably be within spitting distance because you did just toss this bag of sand at him.
Do I have an option to spit again? Spit again.
Sure. Yeah, you spit again, and it's very insulting. All right, Cal.
Shark coming on my streets.
Hammerhead is on the ground, trying to get this sand out of his eyes. The other two grunts are just kind of standing there. But one of them is, I guess, literally right next to you.
I'm going to do. Are they within 5 feet of me?
Yes, they just tried to make a melee attack and they missed.
Okay, I'm gonna just headbutt him.
Yeah.
Unarmed.
All right, make an unarmed strike.
I free action to say fuck yeah.
It's a 14.
You.
Oh,
why does
0
it say
bludgeoning
zero?
damage. Because
you
my
have
strength's fucking
your strength
sucks.
is bad. Well, okay, so it has a minimum of 1. I'm pretty sure. So you do 1 damage.
Just for flavor.
Just for flavor, you do 1 damage. Okay. It's Hammerhead's turn. He's on the ground. He's gonna use half his movement to stand up from prone. And he is blinded. I'm gonna say that Culdur, he knows that you were right in front of him, so he's gonna try to attack you, but with disadvantage since he is blinded. Where's my toggle advantage disadvantage thing? Oh, it's always roll advantage. Great. Okay. So that is gonna be 1, 2, 3. I don't think any of those hit. But they come rather close. Through this onslaught, though, he managed to dodge his flurry of attacks. And I'm going to make one more Constitution saving throw at the end of his turn to see if he clears blindness. That is a 12. That is a no-go. He is still blinded. Next up
is he now rubbing the sand further in his eyes, maybe?
Oh, that's awful. I hate that. I hate that imagery. Next up is this grunt. He's just going to try again. Just gonna try and smack you over the head with that spiked club, Cal. That's a 17. I'm pretty sure that hits, and that's 6 bludgeoning damage. And the other one, seeing Culdur as you were literally right in front, she's gonna rotate around and try and shoot you with a pistol. 10 does not hit. She misses, and it blams into the wall behind. Back to the top of the order, Culdur. It is your turn. Hammerhead's not looking too hot.
I'm gonna take out my knife and then the little starter knife I had and just try to attack him with it. Just straight up.
All right. Shank away. Ooh, that is a nat 1. With a nat 1, you fumble as you try and pull out this knife, maybe a little nervous, and it clatters to the ground 15 feet away.
Oof. Knifey, no.
Is that what you named it?
That's right now what I've named
it. All right. Oh, also, in case you didn't know, this is a new D20. If you click on your token in the top left, there should be a button that says end turn. So that's basically a way to tell me when you're done. But if you click on it with your token selected, it should move the turn to the next person.
Where?
Click on Culdur, and in the top left, the very top left of the screen. Not in your character sheet. Like it's just
on the token thing. It just says token settings.
No, not in there. Like you just have your token selected, and then while you're still looking at the battle map, you know how there's a toolbar in the top left with like the pointer and the brush? If you have a token selected, there should be an end turn button there.
I've got the arrow, I've got draw, the magnifying glass, snap to center.
It's okay. We'll figure it out later. It's at the end of your turn though.
Yeah, it's at the end of my turn.
Okay, count. You're cutting in and out.
You're muted.
Oh,
Can
I
have
see
my
it now. Sorry.
Am I muted? No, I'm not. I'm unmuted.
Nope. I hear you.
Okay. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh my god. I am going to shoot this person behind Hammerhead since
All right.
Hammerhead is not a threat to us.
Not yet,
or
at
me.
least.
Nah.
Go ahead and shoot.
Okay.
Shoot away.
Let's see. So I'll do. Got a 19 plus 2 plus 4, so that's 20 something.
Yes.
So that would hit. And then a D10, right?
Yes. Plus dex.
I got a 10 plus 4, so 14.
You
I
steady
like
your
this dice.
aim, and well, actually, I'm gonna take a book from Matt Mercer here. How do you want to do this?
How do I want to do this?
How do you want to do this first kill of the campaign?
What I want to do is want to walk over. I can use movement, right? Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I want to walk over, and I kind of want to step over Hammerhead as I'm doing it. And I don't know. Oh, never mind. I don't want to step over Hammerhead.
You walk a little bit.
I do want to. Okay, wait. I do want to step over on Hammerhead as I walk over to that person behind him, and this is Sparta kick it, and then
All right.
shoot.
Right in the head as a flower of blood blossoms from the back of her head and splatters against the alley wall. Very nice.
I'd be like, today's not the day. Still hungry. How we left immediately, right, from headquarters
More
to
or
go do
less.
this.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't be fucked. I'm like, fuck you, you're in the way.
All right.
Get rid of it. And
All right. Hammerhead is still blinded, but hearing that gunshot and trying very hard to focus his vision, he's going to try and make some attacks against you, again at disadvantage. 18, 7, and an 8. I don't think the last two hit, but the first one definitely does.
Who is he hitting me?
This is Cal.
Okay.
Cal.
first one hits.
He sinks his powerful jaws into your shoulder and bites down hard, dealing 4 piercing damage and drawing blood.
Yikes. I'm already messed up. Okay.
And I'm going to
It's
make a Constitution save. Not going to do it. Still blinded. All right. Next up, the grunt, seeing that you just mercilessly killed his companion, he is going to attempt to run. Would either of you like to make an attack of opportunity as he runs past you out of the alleyway?
I'll do it. I don't have a dagger anymore, so I'll have to punch him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Make your attacks of opportunity.
Just unarmed strike.
Yep. I think oh wow, both of you. Wow, that's so unfortunate. Cal, you I guess like try and just like lash out with your free hand, but it's your not dominant one, and you just kind of like lightly slap him as he runs by.
Too drunk, forever
Which,
drunk.
Culdur, you with a nat 1. That's so unfortunate. Two in a row. I don't know. You just like punch the wall really hard and take 1 bludgeoning damage, and it really hurts, and you feel kind of dumb.
That tracks.
But he manages to successfully flee. All right, we're back up to the top of the order. We've got Hammerhead, who's kind of just blinded, but still roaming around. Culdur, it is your turn. What do you do?
Kill him, Culdur.
I'm gonna kick him in his gut. While he's
All right.
down.
Well, he's up right
Oh,
now because he did
Hang on,
just
I'm
bite.
still, I'm still gonna
Cal.
kick him.
All right, go ahead and make an
Unarmed.
unarmed strike.
Yeah.
It'll only ever do 2 damage. Oh, you
Okay.
did it. All right, 2 damage. Yeah, you give him a real good swift boot to the hiney. There's a large welt there now. Cal, it is your turn.
I'm doing it too. It's old-fashioned beatdown.
You're just kicking this guy.
Yeah.
You do 0 damage.
Oh, no. I went down and I
I
shake
do
my
one.
head
Oh
down.
yeah, I don't do anything.
Oh, you do one.
Sorry.
I forget. You do one.
No,
Yeah.
why do you not do anything?
Oh, it's 3. It's 3, but you
Yeah,
don't hit.
no, I don't
Yeah,
hit.
you kick it and it misses entirely.
Because I have -4 strength.
Man, this guy's not having a good day. He's just like, fuck! He's gonna try and attack you again. Cal, again with disadvantage. 16 and a
Two
15 is
hit.
the lowest one. Okay, so that is 2 hits. You take 4 as he bites you again, and 5 as while he's biting you, he just like punches you right in the side. 9 total damage. And again, he's gonna make that. Dude, this bag of sand is so strong!
The most only weapon, sand.
Okay, 18. All right, he
I learned a new
he
meta.
finally gets the sand out of his eyes. He's no longer blinded.
Wait, are the HP supposed to be showing up?
I tried to edit in the token and that didn't do anything, and now I'm just editing it in the character.
Yeah, edit it
sheet.
on your
Yeah.
sheet. Do you not
That's
see
not-
their HP values?
Mine
see
says
Cal's
40, but
updating.
I'm editing it on the token.
Oh, okay. I had to refresh roll 20. Now it's
I tried to. The token says I have 17, which is correct.
Yes. I think the tokens are correct.
Okay. Are you guys seeing 17 out of 24?
I am after I refreshed.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it is working. It's just my end. Okay.
I think it's
It was my
Culdur's
end.
turn right now. All right, Culdur. You just gonna keep kicking the guy? Just keep punching him?
I'm gonna look at Cal and be like, I don't got no HP potions or I ain't got shit for you. And then
So
I'm gonna,
the thing with HP potions is that those things are pretty much a myth in this society. Like, if they do exist, nobody has seen them.
Alder holds out hope that he one day will find an HP potion.
Long ago, when Mommy and Daddy Culdur were talking about the days of yore, and the long lost art of alchemy, yeah.
He just assumes it's a really, really strong drug.
What are you doing?
Of course, I'm gonna kick him again.
You can
This
run
time
up
I'm
and
gonna
pick up
aim
your
for his
dagger if you
shin
want.
specifically.
All right.
If I walk away, I take an attack of opportunity. I don't think I can take that.
Oh, that's a good point. He's a very big
This
guy.
point,
All right,
I'm invested in the
19.
kicking with
These
the
are
2
very good
damage every
kicks.
turn.
This one lands on his other cheek. All right. And then Cal, it is your turn.
Oh, okay. I didn't press the end turn. Sorry.
Not a problem.
I'm feeling a little hurt, so I'm just gonna shoot him.
All right. You are in melee range. You have to leave melee
Yes.
range because with range attacks, you have disadvantage in melee distance. So,
It would be cool if you
I'll
made it
take
with
the
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
dang.
So
Just like a
that's-
straight up badass.
Yeah, I shouldn't have taken the disadvantage. Let's see. 9 is my 9 to hit.
9 to hit.
Yeah.
That is not gonna do it. You try looking cool. But Hammerhead kind of just like right as he sees you squeeze the trigger, he just kind of grabs the gun and points it over his shoulder as it fires off into the wall behind him.
Now, do these people have ear protection? Because like I'm the only one with headphones on.
Yeah, all of you take
I'm
1
used to
damage
it.
as
This is
yeah.
long-term damage.
Hammerhead is definitely going to oh, I forgot, because he's a shark, he has a special thing called Blood Rage,
Oh no.
which means that if you have less than half your health, he can make a second bite attack. So, Cal, seeing as you are at 19 health, he's going to take a little chompster. 4 attacks, 2 with bite, 2 with punch, all at normal.
I'll not die immediately. It is reduction. Be slow.
Well, the first one misses, but the next 3, I think that's gonna down you.
Ooh. What's my first aid?
Okay. Can I? Oh, I can't do anything. Can I do anything?
What do
Ooh,
you
my
wanna
first
do?
aid's not very good.
What do you
No,
want
I
to do?
can't. I can't do anything. No, because it's not my turn yet. Well, fuck.
Mm.
I mean,
My
Reaction?
reaction.
Do you
No,
want a
I don't-
reaction?
It could. I don't think it would count as a reaction, though. I mean, I can try it, and you can tell me if it does or not.
What's your idea here?
I want a second wind.
Huh.
See?
Interesting. You know what? I'll let it go this once because I think the idea is really cool. Hammerhead rips off just like 2 huge chunks from like your shoulders or whatever. And then punches you twice, slamming you back against the wall and sending some bricks flying off onto the alleyway. And for a moment you black out, but something stirs deep, deep inside of you. And against all odds, you stand yourself up. And you are standing with 5. That's an unfortunate roll, but you do have
I know.
5 HP as opposed to 0.
I'm back to normal, y'all. That's what I rolled last campaign
Just
too.
die already. Culdur, it is your turn.
Where is Hammerhead looking towards?
Right now, Cal, so away from you.
Would I be able to step to get my dagger and then step back? Because that'd be 15 out and then 15 back, which is 30.
Sure. I'm down for that.
Do I take attack of opportunity if he's not looking at me?
No, I don't think in this case it would. We won't have to worry about that. This is also not like a super serious tactical battle because there's no actual grid.
All right, I'm gonna
We
try
will
again
have
with the
time for
dagger because
this.
I have way better stats with the dagger than punching.
You dash over with your dagger.
Oh.
12. 12 actually does hit.
Oh, hey. Well,
And you run up and you like sort of leap onto Hammerhead's back. What's the word here? Like straddle his throat, or where you think a shark's throat is approximately, because it doesn't really have a neck. It's just a shark. And you kind of just like jam it into his right eye, for 4 damage. And he cries out, okay. Cal, you're down to 5 HP.
Oh god. I can't move because I just can't. I'm just gonna try to shoot him. I'll take the disadvantage.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
do you have that thing that fighters get with the double attacking action surge, or is that level 5?
That's
can't remember.
16 and a 9.
9 to hit is not gonna do it.
Oh, I haven't added my thingies yet.
Oh, then probably will do it because it's at least +6.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yes,
Yeah,
then that
that's
hits.
16. Okay.
Hard. I shout.
1d10.
Now, is vaping a free action?
Sure. Anything that does not directly affect combat is
That's
a free
2
action.
points
It frees my mind, man.
of
You don't know.
damage.
Plus your dex.
Plus my dex.
6.
6.
All right. You stick Caroline up against Hammerhead's jaw as he's trying to basically recover from the stab to his eye, and you pull the trigger. And in the last second, he just jerks away, but you do manage to get a good sear off of like half of his face, and he cries out in agony. It's now Hammer's head turn, and he's going to attempt to run. Would you like to take attacks of opportunity?
I am 100% going to stab at him.
All right.
Yes. I'm just gonna hit him with the butt of my gun.
All right.
14.
Oh, whoops. Oh, what? I think I did it wrong. Oh, I just did something. There we go.
6. To
You
hit,
somehow healed him.
which 6 to hit does not do it, but the 5 from the dagger he runs out and actually dashes out from the alleyway and kind of just like rams directly into a car, and there's a lot of beeping and noise. He screams back at you, "You'll fucking pay for that!" and then dashes out.
Your brother said that too.
Side said, man, shark fin soup really would have gotten us good
and
money in the
that
streets.
is going to be the end of combat. And Combat Master is breaking. That's great. You're really bad off though, Cal, and you lean your back. Culdur's got some scratches as well, a couple broken bones. But Cal, you are definitely quickly losing consciousness.
I
And
use
as
medicine to try to like the medicine skill to try to help.
Yeah, you
something.
can make a medicine check. Although she is stabilized. With a 14, she's pretty messed up. You do your best to stop the major bleeding, but because of the severe, sorry, he.
Give me
Did
some
I say she?
ibuprofen.
Pull out
But,
some of the drugs and say I'll charge you later.
He's really messed up,
Nah.
and Cal, you are very slowly blacking out, and that is the scene that we leave you with. We go now to the next scene. Koi. We're starting with a memory, actually. All right. Tell us about your character in this scene that we see that happened 20 something years ago.
Math. 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, you see like little 5-year-old girl and her mother, and the mother's name is Nadine. She's driving her little beat-down car with her daughter, whose name is Tasha, to kindergarten. And parks the car, walks her to the door, and says like, "Have a good day, Tasha. We'll do great." And Tasha's just like a little scared, reluctant to go into school, so she like hugs mommy's leg. But
Baby,
but
you're gonna
eventually,
do fine. You're gonna make the best friends, and then I'll be back before you at the end of the day. I won't be going anywhere.
Mommy, I'm scared.
You don't gotta be scared, baby. You are the bravest, strongest, most beautiful girl that I know.
Oh,
Even more than
thank
mommy.
you, Mommy. What if the kids are mean?
Well, dang, I was not prepared for this question. Nadine thinks to herself. You're strong and you're brave. If they're mean to you, just whoa, I need to think. Don't repay evil for evil. You be nice to them and the world will pay you back.
Oh, okay.
But also, if you hit them a little hard, I won't tell no one.
Huh? I didn't hear that, but okay. Sure.
If you maybe hit them a little hard, I won't tell nobody.
Oh, okay.
That's between you and me. But try not to do that.
Okay.
Mommy's gotta go, all right?
Okay.
And little baby Tasha enters kindergarten. And what? Describe your appearance.
Okay. Well, she has dark skin, and her ears are slightly pointy. Yeah. And I don't know, just 5-year-old. Plain clothes, nothing fancy.
You know, the usual 5-year-old getup.
Yeah.
The usual fashion of the 5-year-olds these days.
Well, nothing like a rich 5-year-old. like Crayola markers. No, she's got like the Prismacolor.
As the day progresses, you definitely make some friends, but there's also like a gaggle of like the misbehaving kids, right? Who are just kind of like, you don't really hear them, but you've definitely seen them during the course of the day, like pointing at you and whispering to each other. And you see one of them catches your eye, and I can't do this because I have headphones on, but you know that like racist things where it's like, oh, look at me, I'm Asian. They do that, but like with their ears, and they pull it up and then stick their tongue out at you. And then we fast forward to recess where Tasha is engaged in a very exciting game of tag. The most exciting thing you can do in kindergarten when you're 5 years old and have infinite energy. And why don't you describe this scene as you're playing tag here?
Tasha's like running around screaming. She's like a little pretty tall for her age, I think. So she's like, tag, you're it. And then, running around screaming like 5-year-olds do. Having a great time. And maybe she tags this boy who was like making fun of her earlier and runs away.
Yeah, like he was actually just like standing still, and you're a kid, you're having fun, and you're like, you don't think anything of it. As soon as you touch him, he just shoves you. And you just like fall on your back pretty hard.
Yeah, wind gets knocked out of me a little bit.
Yeah.
So like, hey.
And I gotta remember, these are kids. They do not swear properly.
Maybe they do.
I did.
Maybe they do.
The first word I learned on the school bus when I was in kindergarten was fuck.
And he sort of points at you as his gang gathers around him, and he says in his little high-pitched, squeaky voice, "You're weird! Your ears are weird! Are you a weird half-breed? Is your daddy an elf? Ugly?" And then his entire gang also sort of joins in on this, and they're all saying stuff like, Tasha's daddy's an elf. Tasha's daddy's an elf.
I don't know. So, yeah, I'm going to get up. I remember what my mom said. And I'm going to look at the kid who pushed me over and was like, my daddy is not an elf. And I'm going to punch him. Do I roll for it? What do I do?
Sure. Yeah, make an attack roll. This will be interesting.
It's like an unarmed monk strike? I'm level 4.
You're not a monkey yet, though. You're 5.
Okay, just a D4. Okay.
Just roll a D20 to see what happens.
Okay.
It's in slow-mo. It's like, your daddy's in there. He goes flying back like 15 feet. Maybe does a little tumble. And kind of like sits up, like momentary shock, and then just starts going. Teacher,
gonna, like, look at her fist because it was definitely the first time she's punched anybody.
Teacher rushes over, and we skip to the end of the day. Your mom comes back. You're actually one of the last ones to be picked up. And you're waiting for a pretty long time, even after kindergarten ends. But she drives up again with her little noisy, squeaky, I don't know car brands. One of those car brands. And what's going on?
So she's gonna, when she's standing there, she's starting to cry, and then so when
she gets out and she's like, She kneels down with her arms out. She's like, baby, how was first day? And she sees you crying. She's like, oh, no, 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 baby. And she runs over to you, swaddles you, picks you up, and starts cradling you. One of the teachers, I guess, sort of walks over, and you're crying too hard to really understand what she's saying, but there's a little bit of a conversation. But after a bit of time, she walks you back to the car, still carrying you, places you in your booster seat in the back seat because she is a responsible mother. Um, and actually, I don't know, dude. I guess they would. Yes. Um, uh, and I guess on the way back, she's just when you're sort of like done crying, she's just very kindly, very gently. She's like, I guess your first day wasn't that good, huh?
No, the kids are mean. They made fun of my ears. They said I had elf daddy. Mom, do I have an elf daddy? Who's my dad?
Baby, you know I wish I could talk to you about this, but sorry, I got a really big headache right now. What? Oh no, don't cry. What if I made you your favorite thing for dinner?
Only if it's cauliflower bites.
I'll make you all the
And French
cauliflower
fries.
bites you want tonight. Okay, well maybe not as many French fries, but I'll do that too. All right.
Oh.
And you end up home, and it's around dinner time. Nadine has put in extra care for these cauliflower bites and French fries. And you're sitting. Describe to us your home.
It's a pretty like old, rundown first floor, very small 2-bedroom apartment in a not very nice part of town.
Mhm.
It's a very poor area. Yep.
So you sit down, and I feel, is it one of those things where like everything's kind of just in the same room, but just because of lack of space, or
Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, not a studio.
up
I
to
mean,
you.
there's still like bedrooms,
Right.
but it's just very small space.
Right.
Yeah.
Very small. But it's kind of like, I feel like there's not really like a dining room. There's just like a room and then bedrooms.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you're sitting down and there's got there's TV on, and 15 years ago, this would be 2012. So I guess that means you would know this better than I do. What's playing on TV?
It's Star Trek. Maybe. Wait, I thought we were in 2027.
It is, but this was 15 years ago.
Right.
Because
okay.
you're a kid.
Yeah, it was Star Trek. Maybe the original series.
There you go.
And one of the reruns, I guess, of the original series.
Your mother is actually getting ready to head out to her second job. But she sort of walks behind you as you're nibbling on your cauliflower bites and French fries. And so she leans down, gives you a kiss, and she says, I'll be back when you wake up, all right?
Oh. Wait, Mommy, who's that? Who's that on TV? He's got pointy ears like mine.
He does, doesn't he? And that's the flashback. Wipe now to the current scene. You are now young adult Tasha. And it's actually kind of the same scene. You hear your you're somewhere else in the house right now. You hear your mother say, Tasha, baby, I'm heading out to work. Dinner's on the stovetop.
This is present day now?
This is present day, correct. This is present day. You
Thank
hear
you.
the door open
Thanks,
and
Mom.
close. walk on down, get ready for that. TV right now is tuned to the news. And oh man, this was one of the things I forgot to do. Okay, I don't have a script for this, but basically, you're watching this, and they're reporting on the area of Kensington. They're talking about a new kind of disease that has surfaced recently. Doctors are calling it the red madness, saying that infected people are sort of like feral. It's kind of like rabies almost. But sort of like the most prominent thing is that like their body is like really, really flushed red, almost to an abnormal degree, like almost like beet red. And they're sort of advising people to stay away from that area during that time. But yeah, I mean, I figured, and again, please let me know if you disagree with this. But I figured that sort of since you don't really have anything too much to do right now, you've sort of finished up your schoolwork, but you haven't gotten in your workout for the day. And so you decide to go for a jog.
Okay. So this is the evening.
This is the evening, correct? And you know, it's a little unsafe, but you've lived there for long enough where it's like, I mean, the people know who you are, so it's like you have that sort of protection. As you are jogging, you come across bloody footprints that look like they were made by a bear. And actually, I mean, you're not unfamiliar to violence, but this is like the most visceral you've seen it. And actually, as you look towards the alleyway where these footprints came out, you just see that there is a corpse with their head blown open. And down further, you find Cal and Culdur. And we'll pause there for a moment. Because actually not pause. Are you there, Tatas? Are you alive?
Maybe if we chant his name, he'll wake up.
Tatas.
Tatas, wake up!
Wake up!
Wait, what can we play on the Fred boat that might work?
Hold on, I got it.
Tatas. Get your feet off the ground, I say, Tatas. You're in a new town, I say. I think he's gone. I'm gonna close his video just so he's like.
Goodbye, Satos.
All right. Oh man. Okay, that's fine. Well, this is not fitting music at all, but all right.
It's supposed to wake Tatas up.
Well, when he does get back, he was supposed to also be at this scene because he was investigating the thing that happened earlier. He would have just gotten there, but it's okay. Well, if he gets in, I'll insert him. Tasha, you see Culdur, who is. What are you doing right now, Decal?
What am I doing? Oh no.
What is Culdur? Culdur, what are you doing right now, Decal? Who's like bleeding out, basically.
I've managed to. There's a dead guy next to us, right? Some that we knocked out, correct?
Yeah, he was one of the grunts that you just like.
I've been ripping up his clothes to make tourniquets.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so you see this guy with his head blown open, like half naked or whatever. You see Culdur. Obviously, you don't know their name, but just it's easier. You see Culdur running back and forth, just tearing off pieces. Culdur, you notice this young lady just sort of. Well, what do you do? I'm giving the scene to you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna jog by. I'm gonna be like, those large footprints here, highly illogical. And then I'm gonna consider keeping going, but then I see.
Hey! And I'm
So
gonna
us?
be like,
I'm gonna do
over.
like the Vulcan eyebrow raise. I'm gonna be like, but then I
Like,
see
we
there's a
need some
dark-skinned
help.
person there, so I'm thinking that like maybe it's okay. So I'll be like, hey.
Can you help us?
I can't hear her. Headphones are on.
You can't hear you. His Apple earbuds are in.
Okay,
No, they're massive, like headphones.
I'm gonna be like very cautious and jog over there.
I would have
I can try.
put away Caroline by now.
Okay.
Only because I don't want anyone to see.
Tasha, as you
Has
jog,
guided made or sorry, has Culdur not Culdur, Callum. Why did I make anyway? Have you like brought to my attention? Because I'm definitely looking at you still. That there's a person behind me, or are we? Like, what is your reaction to this person running up?
I beckoned her to come over only because I feel like I'm really fucking heavy.
This music.
And
So I definitely know that a person is behind me, correct?
I just want to see for the
say
record
you
this
see
wasn't
me
ever
kind of like
intended.
talking.
Okay.
And maybe, or I'll kind of like elbow you a little bit.
I give them a head nod and then go back to what I was doing, just to like I'm very much trying to make sure Callum doesn't die because that's going to come on my contract, and I really can't afford to get any more debts.
Okay, so I come over, and
You're like, do you have anything to help? And I'm just all bloody and.
How is okay?
I
so
ask about HP potions again.
How is how good are the tourniquets being wrapped?
I rolled a 14.
You did roll a 14, so they're just okay.
All right. So, okay, what do you need help with? Looks like he's doing the right thing to stop the bleeding. What the heck happened here?
I don't know. We were mugged.
I mumble sharks.
What?
And then nod knowingly.
Sharks.
Street
That's illogical.
sharks.
Sharks do not live above water.
Street sharks do.
No, that is an illogical statement.
I also need Tasha. You actually surveyed the scene, and you see that same thing that they saw earlier with the multiple cloned corpses. I'm gonna need you to make a sanity check for me.
Okay.
And that's very illogical. If street sharks were illogical, that's very illogical. 19. Okay. You sort of shake your head because you're momentarily like, wait, what is this? You open and close your eyes, wipe a bunch. They're still there. But this person in front of you needs like professional medical attention, and definitely more than what Culdur is given right now.
Listen, maybe we should get some help from professionals. That would be the logical
I ask, is there anybody you can call? I'm not getting any reception here.
No doctors.
No doctors?
You know a vet? Like a horse doctor?
Are you... Sir, are you a horse?
Nay.
Thank you.
Wow! Oh my gosh, the rapid fire, dude! Did not miss a beat. That was so good. What the heck?
That was incredible.
That was so good.
Tasha's gonna like crack a smile because she thought that was a little amusing. But
I feel like just can you get us back to the casino?
The casino. That's not a place where you can take.
I want to gamble, okay? I had a hard night.
I'm gonna pull out my phone.
Staying where she needs the feel.
Cal, make a Constitution saving throw for me real quick.
Okay, let me see. My eyes are burning.
16. Okay, yeah, you momentarily like blink in and out of consciousness, but you manage to sort of stay in there.
Can I smack him?
You smack him and it hurts.
Okay, so
HP.
I want to pull out my phone to see if I have reception.
You do. You definitely do.
Be like, all right, I'm just gonna call for help, okay? And I'm gonna dial 911.
And I try to stop her so she doesn't call the cops specifically, because I don't think that's a good idea, especially with my track record.
You can absolutely try and stop her. What do you do?
I'm gonna stop.
I immediately stop what I'm doing with him, and like I'm suddenly those creepy moments where someone is doing something crouched down and then immediately is standing up in your face, and I'm like, "Can you hand me that phone?" And
you just stop what you're doing. Look, he's bleeding.
I was like, "This is not something that can go there." When I said like a horse doctor, I meant
I'm calling a horse doctor. What do you want?
I'm rolling an investigation check on that, or what's insight check? Can I?
Oh my gosh. No, I don't think I gotta worry about that. Just play this out.
I glare. And I like you can't because I'm wearing sunglasses. You can't see my eyes. I glare, but you can sort of see that my teeth are sharp as I kind of like grimace towards you, in a threatening way.
I'm just gonna like run away while also being on the phone.
Being on the phone.
Yeah.
I turn to Cal like, well, this is our moment, and then I try to pick him up over my shoulder somehow, and
make a strength check.
All right.
He's doing that and be like, wait, you don't want to gamble?
You do not pick. You get like sort of in there and you kind of accidentally drop him. He just kind of flops to the side. It's very, very painful.
Okay.
It's incredibly painful.
Did I get an operator on the phone by now? I'm a good like 100 feet away with the
Yeah. No, you hear a little 911. What's your emergency?
Oh, they're supposed to say where's your emergency, so I'm gonna give them the answer. I'll be like, you mean where's your emergency? That's the logical thing as a dispatcher. And I'm gonna give them the address, and I'll be like, there's an individual, male. I don't know. Is he human? I don't know.
Yeah, he's human.
As far as you can tell.
Human male, severely wounded, bleeding from multiple spots, need an ambulance. And also there's some weird things happening with the, there's a bunch of corpses, but they're identical. That's very strange.
You give her this details, and she lets you know that they'll be sending an ambulance and whatever the usual 911 protocol is. And as you hang up the phone, you don't know how you missed this, but in front of you is a person. That's the best way I can describe it. They are 7 feet tall. They've got these sort of lanky arms and legs. Their arms almost reaching the ground. And their entire visage is covered in static. It's like you're looking at in static.
Static. TV
static. Essentially. It's like this fuzzy, granular, black, constantly shifting material. Make a sanity check. Oh, dang.
Tasha's very smart.
Tasha's very, very smart. You make this sanity check, and this guy very slowly extends his arm and points back towards the alleyway, and you don't see a mouth form, but you hear it say, "Stay." And then you blink and he's gone.
That was highly illogical. And her mind's gonna break a little bit because about like whether to stay or leave. It's like whether she's more afraid of the static person or more afraid of the creepy black guy with pointy teeth. And I think she's more afraid of the static person, so she's gonna stay, but like hidden behind some dumpsters or something. And just casually, just watch from cover to see if help shows up.
I like to imagine I'm still trying to get him over my shoulder this entire time.
Absolutely, yeah. And we take a big, big zoom out. And we fast forward a bit. We are now in University City. We are looking actually at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. It's got this, I have a picture somewhere. Ah, perfect. This is not one of the best pictures, honestly. There are better ones, but it's this huge system. It's existed for a long, long time. It's one of the most advanced hospital networks on the East Coast, probably in the States too. And we take a zoom inside where there's a bunch of nurses and physicians and patients being wheeled around. We are looking in the ER. And we zoom in specifically to Kayleigh. Please describe to us your character.
So, my character is a very petite, young, half-elven female. She's got really, really long black hair, like jet black hair that goes kind of down to her like waistline, and it's got a couple of purple streaks in it up at the front. She's wearing all black, and she is running around scrambling, trying to do paperwork for what's going on here in the hospital.
Yeah. You're like in the middle of making rounds or whatever. And in the middle of one of these, you're working with the current attending, right? And they're just sort of following around, checking up on checking out, doing your triage on the various people. Very noisily, a resident bursts into one of your patient visits, panting, and they said, "Sage, we need you specifically now."
Why?
In the waiting room now.
Why? Okay. I'll say I'll start following him.
And he really quickly explains to the attending. I mean, you know this. Our beds are full. Everybody's like super worked up. We just had a couple of people walk in with some major wounds. Some kind of weird, like, I don't know, dog attack or something like that. I don't even know. But like, we literally don't have room. I'm sorry I have to ask you to do this because I know you it's like a lot, but like, we need your powers like now. Okay. And the attending's like, the attending really quickly finishes up the chart for the patient they're seeing, and actually floats like, I actually get really excited whenever I see this happen, because whenever you are asked to perform your magical healing acts, you are the only one in the hospital, by the way, who has these abilities. Okay. And so you walk out into the waiting room of the emergency room. Again, it is filled to the brim. It's packed. But the people that you're looking for stand up to you immediately. Cal, Culdur, and where did I put you? There you go. Tasha.
Oh, I followed them. Okay.
Yes, you did end up following them to the ER. Cal looks really bad, obviously. There's just like these huge chunks of flesh missing from his shoulders. You don't even know how he's managed to keep his head upright given the muscle support that's missing from there. He's got these like, it does look like these gigantic bite marks that almost go around his entire body. Culdur's doing roughly okay. He looks a little beat up, but not as bad as like what you see before you right now.
Are there anti-vaping signs?
There's definitely no smoking signs.
I am
which
definitely
I think by
vaping.
extension is no. One of the nurses is like, please, sir, please don't smoke inside the building.
I mean, not to be technical, but I'm pretty sure the hospital I used to like do volunteering work allowed vaping.
Really? I didn't know that.
It was Bryn Mawr Hospital, Josie.
I had no idea.
Still vaping. Whether it's okay or not, I just wanted to put that in there.
Sage,
what
what
do
do
an
you
addiction
do?
to this thing.
Okay, so we're in like the waiting room of this hospital, right?
Basically.
Is there like other people around?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the waiting room of an ER. There's a lot of people.
Can we like bring them back somewhere rather than leave them bleeding out in the waiting room?
It's not as bad as it looks, I swear. I'm delirious at this point.
I mean, we don't have any. We literally don't have any spare beds. I can bring a bed like out here.
Okay, fine.
We don't have a room, I guess.
All right, I say, and I will. You said Cal was looking the most injured, right?
Yes.
All right, I will go up to him, and I will cure wounds him.
The attending kind of tries to be sneaky and like looks over your shoulder. He's very, very curious, and he does this a lot whenever you have to use magic. Go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
Where's my character sheet in Roll20? I've been trying to find it for the last 15 minutes and I can't.
Oh, I thought you were using D&D Beyond because I didn't put anything in. Yeah.
Oh, I can. Oh, that's fine. Okay.
I didn't put anything into your character sheet here.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I will. I have it pulled up anyway, so that's fine. All right. I will cast Cure Wounds, And sorry, I'm actually not really familiar with D&D Beyond either in terms of this. So let me just, I'll roll it out here on. It's a D8 plus 4, I think, for my character. Yes. Okay.
Plus charisma, I believe.
Yeah. So I will roll it out here in Roll20. D8, and then we'll add 4 to that. So 7.
Okay, 7. So you're healed up to 12, and all of you sort of watch in awe, because again, this sort of thing is incredibly rare, as sinew and muscle begin to regenerate. The portions of flesh that were missing, you can feel, it's kind of an awkward, squirmy feeling, like there's worms underneath your skin or whatever, but you sort of like, you feel the muscles reform and grow and reconnect. They're still exposed, the skin healed over them a little bit, but you're at least better off, and you feel lucid, which at this moment, you feel all the pain, and it is terrible.
Am I drunk still? Or hungover? Or did the cure wounds help?
I think Cure Wounds, I guess, it doesn't get rid of status effects, so I guess you are still kind of hungover.
Hungover and feeling
Sorry,
like shit.
I can't cure your hangover.
Yes, you can. Yet. And I point, I tap my arm. You're like, I can get a banana bag.
Culdur is like, he's never seen magic, like at least healing magic to his knowledge, and he is just like, he wants it. He wants to be healed. He needs it. He doesn't care that he's not low. He needs it. This is a magical thing he has seen, and he wants to be a part of it.
I won't lay it.
It looks cool. I want it.
And the attending says, "It's honestly such a pleasure watching you work." That sounds really creepy.
That was really creepy.
That was really
creepy,
poorly worded. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back and finish. I'm gonna go back and finish my rounds. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you're sort of left in this room, and yeah, that's sort of the scene. We'll leave how you end up getting out of there and perhaps evading legal detection for later. But for now, while we are in University City, we're going to zoom out just next to the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. We're going to go to one of the various prestigious universities that litter this city, specifically Schuylkill University. We are flying in and catching the tail end of a lecture given by none other but, well, Jarius, why don't you introduce your character?
I am playing as a kobold wizard. He is 2 feet tall, ridiculously
2 feet
short.
Tall?
He is 2 feet tall. He is standing on top of one of the tables. He is wearing a black academic professor's garment. He has like orange scales with a little bit of like reddish scales like flitting on and behind his neck and his elbows. And I think like there's something that's of note is that he's actually wearing sunglasses indoors. This is like the circular Harry Potter looking type of sunglasses.
Excellent. What is this class?
How would I? Okay, so as you all know.
Also, don't stress yourself because I know you're a little bit sick. So, like,
yeah, I'm also sick.
If your character sounds just like a normal guy for now, it's totally fine.
As you guys know, I'm sorry, I'm sick. As you guys know, kobolds and draconic magical artifacts aren't really something that can be how do I say it? Easily taken for. They are rather, some of them can be rather devious, dangerous to handle. Of course, there are also the benign sorts of artifacts. I'll
Around
make
this
sure.
point, you know what's it's like literally the last 2 minutes. I get the feeling you're one of the professors who ends up just going on long tangents and talking over time. So like people are definitely starting to just like pack up, and now they're just like awkwardly sitting with literally all their stuff off their desks already in their bags, and just like kind of looking at the clock, looking at the door, looking at you.
It reminds me of that one time which I need to tell my department about for maybe bringing it to class and passing it around the room and blah, 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 blah.
You end up talking for like 5 minutes over the time. Some of the more brazen students just leave. They just leave when this period's over. People are clearing out, and you're sort of getting ready for the next thing you're doing. One of your research students, her name is Genevieve. She is here we go, Genevieve. She is right now in her third year. She's been your student and you've been her advisor for like roughly a year and a half at this point. She has on these sort of red rimmed glasses, and she's a very petite figure, like a bob cut as well, very bouncy hair, this sort of like dirty blonde, almost leaning towards orange, red hair color. And she wheels up to you in her wheelchair, and she says, "Hey, nice job today. I was wondering if you could look at my research proposal."
Sure, Genevieve. Let me. I don't know as I like take the job.
I actually have something if you want to read it, and I can show it to all the players. It's in the handouts folder. It's called "On the Disappearance of the Pyreans." And so the way I want you to read this, and for everybody if they're curious, is that, again, imagine if somebody walked up to you in our world and gave you this as like a serious, like, this is my submission for a research proposal. I can also read it out loud. There exists many theories about the puzzling disappearance, and with that, the associated downfall of the Pyreans, many absurd. Researchers and historians have yet to grow tired of developing new assumptions about the course of events of this phenomenon. However, a handful of explanations are more plausible and stand out from the match of Balderdash. One of the later theories states that the castes of the Ishian and Delgar started a devastating war with each other and eventually perished because of it. It is still disputed which one of the two sides initiated the conflict, so on and so forth. It's literally none of this makes any sense. And you're reading this, and she's looking, I guess, still down at you, because you are like 2 feet tall, even though she is in a wheelchair. And she's got like, you know, that little hopeful glimmer in her eyes.
Council is like a bit of a folklore.
It's the Pyreans are real, okay?
I mean,
sorry, I shouldn't talk to you like that. I'm sorry. It's just
based on what?
I mean, it's based on my research. I've seen evidence of them.
Wait to me this sort of evidence.
It's fine. She takes her paper back from you. I'll think of something else. That's okay. Anyways, and she checks her watch. I gotta go to work.
All right.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you too, Genevieve. Remember assignment 11 is due. Remember problems 1? 220. Don't do
Yeah,
problem
I got
18.
that.
Problem
She's out the
18. We
door.
haven't done that yet.
Do I call you James or do I call you McCornfell?
McCornfell is his last name.
So James, I guess.
Sure.
Okay, it's up to you. You drive home for the day. Tell us about the scene.
I would say that, like, as he's like going down, he's just seeing. It's as peaceful in Philadelphia as it could get. Yeah, sure, there are still some parts of the area that just screams. It's like it's unregulated by police, and there's still some like activity that has been going on that sort of indicates that there has been criminal criminal activities here and there. Some like fights and bouts that occurred there
What's
before.
your home like?
It's I would say it's like relatively small to medium.
Okay.
Sort of like a house.
You pull into your driveway. Actually, I'm not sure there are driveways if you're in the city. It's probably parallel parking.
Do I need to roll for parallel parking?
You don't have to roll for parallel parking. Also, your car is pretty small because you are a kobold.
Definitely fail that roll.
You find a spot. You got a tiny car. It's like smaller than a bubble car. Everyone has disadvantage parallel parking. Dude, you live in the city. You learn how to parallel park real well, real fast.
But don't they have like parallel parking buttons on all the cars already?
I guess in this year they probably would, wouldn't they? And you enter your home. Describe to us the inside of your home. Who's there with you? What's it look like?
I would say the house looks dimly lit. Not a lot of light. There's not a lot of lights turned on inside of the house. And I think like the first thing that McCornfell would enter is it's like the kitchen, sort of, as he enters through like the garage door. And I suppose at this moment you would probably see his son there.
Your son Taro is tell us about Taro.
Taro, smaller than McCornfell. He wears standard young student clothes, probably somewhere as if he's elementary school kid. He's studious. He like tries to maintain his schedule. Pretty much works as much as he can. But when he's not, he does want to spend a bit of his free time trying to get to know his father. But there's like a sort of disconnection between the two of them due to like cultural upbringings.
Yeah, he's walking around. Sorry, is it Taro or Taro?
Taro.
Taro, okay. Taro walks out. He's got his phone in one hand, just kind of digging through the cupboard for snacks as young kobolds do. And sort of sees you. And did we agree on his voice, or am I?
It's time for you to make that one up.
What if it's really deep? That would be so good.
That's what I was wondering, because I think Jarius suggested that, but I didn't know that was a joke or serious.
It's up to you. Well, it's up to you as a DM to see which one sticks.
All right, he opens his mouth. This 10-year-old kobold, it's like, "Hey, Dad."
Hi. How's your day been going?
It's been good, I guess. How was yours?
I've been doing pretty busy, but I'm so. Oh man, I'm just like. I mean, it's just like, tell us what you've been doing at school.
I mean, school was okay. What are 10-year-olds learning? What is that? 5th grade? What are you learning in 5th grade? You know, Dad. Fifth grade stuff.
Sex ed.
Spanish.
That's also true.
That is true.
Oh,
That is true.
World religion, depending on the school.
I learned what a penis was.
Wait, is he wait. I have so many questions.
Kobolds have penises? Does he not know? I don't know enough about kobolds.
That's why I have so many questions.
I'm very happy to know that. You finally found out what you used to call it wee wee back then. It was so cute.
The other kids laughed at the other kids laughed at me when I called it a wee wee.
Wee wee.
But I mean, school's okay. Are we doing anything this weekend, Dad?
I don't know. Have you got like anything you want to go out to? I think I have something. I think I should have free time.
I mean, it's okay if you're too busy. I can just do stuff at home.
Oh no. I mean, you ace your tests and your quizzes, and so far, I think it's only fair if we celebrate it. Why don't we like go out and explore the city?
You don't actually have a plan, do you?
Sometimes the greatest part of like not having a plan is that you may encounter something you may not have anticipated, but you may like. And I'm sure we'll find it. Just touring around the city.
Okay. I just hope it doesn't suck, I guess.
No. Hey.
Yeah?
Don't worry. I got you.
And with that, we zoom ahead to the day of Comic-Con. James, I'm gonna say McCornfell because James is just too normal of a name. McCornfell, you are driving around and you find this cool expo that's happening. And you manage to nab up some pretty expensive, resale tickets to get in, but you kind of were just making things up on the fly and you felt bad considering you didn't actually have anything planned. Too normal. At this point, everybody else would also appear. This is also Sato, where I'm sorry you had to wait for this long, but again, because there wasn't really anything planned for you, you were just sort of there. At the front door, you find, well, Odin, why don't you describe your character?
All right, so I am playing as Vern. Vern is a old man, 80-some years old. He has scruffy beard and very old-looking clothes. It's like a tweed brown, earthy colored jacket and like one of those old-style hats, patches on it. He's obviously very wrinkly, and his eyes, you can't really tell where the colors of his eyes are because he has cataracts so bad. It's just white. And he's just very thin, gaunt, elderly man.
And all of you are free, well, with the exception of one, and you know who you are. All of you are free to interact with this man who greets you to the entrance of the Philadelphia Expo Center where they're holding Comic-Con 2027.
Welcome to the Comic-Con. It's an amazing place. We welcome you.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's my 5th year coming.
Well, isn't that just something special?
It really is. I'm a huge fan.
That's
Sage just like
great.
darts in the door, not even paying attention.
Just run past him.
Is he like collecting scanning badges?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You should be doing badge checks.
Yes, he was a little too slow for that one.
Is he
It's
blind
okay.
or
You guys, no, child, I am not blind. It's just a little hard to see. But you look like you're probably good. You look like you belong here. They don't. I can't work these contraptions. It's fine. I trust you.
So Tasha's there with 2 like very hot blonde twins.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Yeah. And Tasha's dressed up, of course, as a Vulcan, and she's exposing her ears very timidly for the first time.
Please give me the flavor here.
Okay, so the 2 hot blonde twins are named Brittany and Bianca. They're dressed up as slutty Cobra Kai members, so like slutty geese or something.
I got you. Like they're like, you know, they like stop at like the mid thigh. It's very, very deep V, you know.
Yep. And then they're kind of just like, oh my god, I'm so excited to go meet the Cobra Kai cast. Tanner, he's so hot. Let's go.
And then they both like Tanner Bouchan at the same time, right? And then they kind of do like a little squee. Oh, that was awful. I'm so sorry.
They're like up bright and early to get in line and stuff.
Right, yeah, absolutely. What about the rest of y'all? You doing anything fancy or just show up as you are?
Excuse me, sir. Is there like, as I'm like talking towards Vern, is like anything for my son here? He could. It's like anything else that you would recommend for him?
Who are you talking to, young man? Do you need help?
So, I'm looking. Is there like any like places of interest that for kids like my son here? Say hi, Taro.
Did you say you're collecting insurance?
No. I was looking for tourist attractions for my son.
Oh yes, of course. There's plenty of attractive people around here. Just go ahead and see for yourself.
Oh really? Oh thank you. Oh thank you so much.
Roasted.
He said that there's some places that we can go to. Just for you.
I mean,
come on.
We might as well go because we're here, I guess.
Okay, can I please interject here for a quick second? Because
yes,
like, okay, I'm okay with the fact that you guys can make fun of me. It's like you made a fucking emote or an
Wait, we
emoji
did?
of
We
it.
did? What?
Yeah, somebody did.
When did this happen?
It's in LA guild chat.
Wait, what the heck?
Somebody made a fucking...
Who did this? Wait, hold on.
But somebody
Who did
made a
this?
fucking emoji of me sleeping.
Who did that? Who did that?
I didn't even realize, like I'm just sitting there, everything's cool, and the next thing I know, like I'm waking up and it's like an hour or something
I
later.
literally have not been looking at any of the Discord chats. This is new to me. That's incredible.
That's just
Wait,
terrible.
luckily, the new Discord logging, you can find out who it was.
Oh my gosh. Who did that? Who
Someone's
did
about
this?
someone's about to get exposed.
Exposed.
Oh man. So all of you are at this Comic-Con getting ready to be greeted. And it's a little bit of a painstaking process with Vern. Some of you definitely go to a different guy to sort of get scanned in quickly because he's taken his long time. And we are going to dive now inside Comic-Con, where inside of the men's restroom we find Eternal. Please describe to us your character.
So I am in the men's restroom. I am going into the end stall and I'm climbing, kind of like moving the top tiles out of the way and grabbing a bag that was stashed away for me. And I'm going to be changing into what is like a Assassin's Creed like cosplay outfit. It doesn't look really well, but there are two real swords in the bag that was stashed away for me. I'm grabbing them and I'm putting them onto me before I'm walking back out and going into where the what is it called, Josie? The show? Is it? It's not
The
a show.
bathroom, the expo, the exhibit, the where the Comic-Con is, the Comic-Con.
The cosplay. Oh my god, what did we say
earlier? Oh, fuck.
The cosplay competition.
Yes, competition. There we go. The cosplay.
Which is not happening yet. Not yet. But
is there like a
yes.
staging area though for it?
Yes, there is.
So I'm going to be over in that area, just kind of snooping around to see the layout of where things may be.
Yeah, so why don't we go ahead and have you make a perception check. Of course, you are here. Well, you know what you're looking for. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. Well, you got +5 to perception. That's insane. I thought he was going to say rolling it. Jumps out of the bathroom, draws his sword. What's the best way to do this without giving too much away? Let's just say that you know exactly what you're looking for and you know where it is. You see some people carrying your target to basically like the backstage of where this whole operation is set up for this competition, which is to take place in just a couple hours. But it would be behind the curtains. So if you wanted to like know what's more going on there, then you'd have to breach, of course.
Not at the moment. I'm just gonna note that I saw it going back there, and then I'm just gonna go kind of mingle around and look around the expo.
All right. Whoa. Jarius drew Odin's picture incredibly quickly. Wow. Dang, that was fast. Okay. You mingle around, and at this point, the entire party has been introduced. Thank you for letting me do this experimentation
what about
thing.
Sato?
Well, Sato, why don't you introduce yourself? Sure. Do you have a scene you want to do? If not, just describe your character.
I am barely 5 feet tall, brown hair, blue eyes. I am rich.
In character or in wealth?
I don't know.
How old is your character?
13.
13?
13.
I did not know that.
Were you
Holy
there by
moly.
yourself at Comic-Con?
Yes.
You guys, okay, how about this? I love this idea that you just find this 13-year-old who seems lost.
And we just abduct him?
I don't know about that, but
What are you
What I
dressed
want
up
to
as?
know, what I want to know is, does this 13-year-old kid have a fucking cell phone?
I feel like he definitely does.
Of course I do. I'm rich.
What are you
I think
dressed
most
up as?
kids now have cell
I'm in a
phones.
school uniform.
Okay, to Comic-Con? Okay. Like
We're gonna abduct a 13-year-old rich kid. Okay.
Hold on, hold on.
I have bodyguards.
Which school?
You have bodyguards?
I don't think you have
Yes.
bodyguards.
Okay.
You could say you have bodyguards, though.
This whole class is just making his bodyguards attack.
Roll initiative.
I have to?
No, you don't have, unless you decide to attack somebody. But
If you decide to abduct me.
that's up to the group. But through one way or another, maybe there's just like some icebreakers or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you guys just sort of end up. You don't have to stay together. You can end up splitting, obviously. But the day progresses. There's a couple of cool things that happen. You get to see a magic show, which, in a very literal sense of the word, instead of magicians performing magic, there are like actual like card tricks and stuff, like, you know, magicians. But then you also have a couple of people who are like, look at this firebolt I can cast, and they like shoot it off into the air, and it kind of peters out. And everybody's like, ooh, ah. But you're here, and you're sort of spending some time, and then, 2 p.m. rolls around. You've either gotten something to eat for lunch, or you're grabbing it now, and you hear an announcement over the speakerphones. Attention all attendees. The cosplay competition is about to begin in section 2B. Wonderful, wonderful fluffer there, by the way.
Just taking over, sorry.
What's the face look like?
Dog.
Oh. Hello.
Is good dog.
And so you all filter in because this is sort of like one of the big things. We can be a little we can be a little creative here.
Or no? Or we're all part of it?
You don't have to be part of the do you want to be part of the competition? You can totally be part of it. All right. Please describe to us your cosplay.
So before
Did Cal
he
just like
changed-
roll out of the hospital bed into the Comic-Con?
You know it.
My heels are the good shit.
Okay.
Let's just say I got all the way healed up. Yeah, so I came in regular clothes. Just like a day jacket, some jeans that are rolled up, a nice pair of sneakers. And Cal doesn't really like to take off his jacket, so I guess just because he's lazy and doesn't want to carry it. So sometimes he'll just roll his sleeves up. So when he rolls his sleeves up, you see part of his tattoo. Hold on, let me pull the picture up so I can kind of describe it because I forgot. And I closed out of it.
Oh no. Run with your imagination. Also, I should clarify. The hospital visit was not the same day as the Comic-Con. I neglected to mention that because I am all over the place right now. But all of you will have had all of you will have had a long rest at that point. That was the day of the thing that happened. It's past that now because we're sort of living in amorphous time. So you have you've had your long rest. I will say though, even though you're at like max HP, you're still injured, right? So like you're still hurt. but just in terms of gameplay, you're back up to max.
Just turns the cosplay into battle damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, so his arm is kind of like it's
I just
cut
saw
off
your
right here
message.
at the wrist. Not his arm, but the tattoo. What'd you do to me, Sage? It's cut off at the wrist, and you can see like a picture of a woman and also kind of like a child that's going up into smoke. But that's pretty much all it goes because you can only see the forearm or the bottom half of his arm. But anyways, so for his cosplay, he is going to dress up as Hamtaro. And
God.
I told you I'd do it, Josie. I told you.
Oh my
Little hamster's
gosh.
big adventures.
Yes, and so he's just gonna strut. You know, when it's his turn, he's gonna
Wait, so
strut
is it
down
like is it like a full like body outfit, or are you just like is it like a slim outfit that's kind of creepy and it's like you know
It's
you
like
know what
full
I
body
mean?
outfit.
It's like
Okay, so it's
head
not like some
attached.
weird furry thing. Which if you are, no judgment, but I just wanted to know.
It's full body outfit,
Hell yeah.
complete
That's
with
right.
little
Tatas
whiskers.
never got an intro.
That's
Wait,
true.
he was the first one, wasn't
He
he?
did
No,
get
I
the
was
intro,
He
the
was
yeah.
the first
I was the first one to get an intro. It's just
Oh.
that I don't remember like most of y'all's because I was a little busy being RPing. So
I can explain to you a synopsis right after Guided finishes. I
okay.
can start description, which I guess you just yeah.
Yeah, I just did. That's it. So I'm good.
Incredible.
I didn't mean to interrupt yours.
No, not at all. So, Tatas, here's what happened. I don't exactly remember when you
Honestly,
had
I don't
to
either.
take a break. But
I don't
basically,
either.
what happened
Copy
was
paste
we
notes for
we
you.
ran through everybody's intro. Everybody's introduced at this point. Cal and Culdur, who are Guided and Nirian's characters. There's a lot of names. I can type it up later too. They were attacked, they were ambushed, and we resolved that. Which, by the way, looking back, that was my fault. I should have been checking for time. I did not expect that combat to take that long. But they were found by Koi's character, and also it would have been your character, but you were at the moment indisposed. Also, I forgot to unmute your video. I'm sorry because I turned it off because I didn't want people
Taking pictures of him sleeping.
Listening to me snore.
You weren't
Yeah.
snoring. I didn't want them taking pictures of you, but I was a little too slow on that. So.
Oh yeah, no, the fucking chat is like you wouldn't believe.
But you found them. They took them to the hospital where we introduced Kayleigh's character. Then we hopped over to Jarius's character. Basically, he's a professor and all that at a local university. And pretty much at that point, you're caught up. You're all at the Comic-Con. You just met Vern, who's Odin's character. He was one of the greeters. And also we had a little bit of a sidebar with Piodee, who is Eternal's character. So you're all at this Comic-Con. You're all here now. You're here because you heard a lead from your friend David. And so you're keeping a lookout for things. And right now, basically, you're all gathered at this huge cosplay competition. Cal is up there strutting his Hamtaro outfit proudly, I guess.
Incredible.
It's you do a little dance or something. I don't know. It's your character.
Ham dance, of course.
Extra
Hamtaro
rest in
dance.
peace, hamster cam.
Do other people want to be a part of this competition?
I was
come on.
in the bathroom for a moment. Can you like give me a quick summary of it?
There is a cosplay competition happening right now.
You want to be a part of it?
Taro, we should be in a competition.
We didn't bring,
That'd be cool.
but we didn't bring anything.
We can. Yeah, I'm sure we can figure something out. I can. I'm sure. Hey, we could buy like something here.
What if I just want to watch?
Why don't you want to be a part of the competition?
Well, but
Wouldn't
like,
it be cool?
it's I don't know. It's just weird a little bit.
I don't know. I thought you guys like competitions. Isn't that something you guys always wanted to do?
Who's you guys?
It's just like like kids. You see it. It was like they're competing over things like Flappy Bird and it's like a dodgeball.
Flappy Bird in 2027.
And like it's like competing over like what you call computer games and stuff like that.
My video James.
Your video, James.
My video James.
Yeah, is that what they call it now?
Dad, can't we just watch?
Kind of discouraging,
I mean, if you wanted to.
No. I just thought that it was like something that you and I could probably, it's okay. I'll respect it.
Fine. What do you do?
Buy something for $10. Buy like some whatever, $10 or less.
It's up. No, you're the burden's on you. What do you buy? What's a $10 or less costume? What costumes are $10?
Really bad ones.
Maybe you go to the store and buy some toilet paper and make a mummy costume.
$10 of toilet paper?
That should be enough.
I mean, I've got like a big old Costco size thing of toilet paper in my apartment right now. That probably costs $10. I think it would cover me.
And he's only 2 feet tall, so.
Yeah.
Can one buy paper mache for $10 or less?
We could have you. Who's like that? Who's like that sidekick and like and like the Batman comic thing? That's his name's Rob. I think it's Rob.
Robert?
Robert?
And Dad?
You mean Robin?
Robin? Oh, so that's what. Yeah, it's just like it'd be cool. I was like, it's like you cosplay as like Robin, as like Batman. It's like it'd be cool. I don't know. What do you think?
There's this sidebar happening. Anybody else? You totally don't if you don't want.
I'm selling Jarius in the corner.
Not.
Yeah,
I think, Brittany and Bianca are definitely gonna go up there as a pair just to strut their stuff.
Yeah,
But
totally.
Tasha's gonna
You see the announcer mention like Cobra Kai, and you see them up there and they're doing a I don't know, slutty walk and dance or whatever.
definitely doing a TikTok or whatever.
Man, does TikTok still exist in 2027? I guess it does now. It's canon.
Locked.
Yeah,
I'm
locked
signing
in.
autographs.
Oh yeah, because people know who you are actually. So actually, what is your uniform? Are you dressed up?
Yeah. I have like a kind of like a half cut shirt on, longer sleeves, and it's all black, and then it's got like little I don't know, like material coming across like the stomach and an X, and then just like your typical, I don't know what you call them, like underwear for wrestlers.
You know what WWE wrestlers wear. Which, by the way, yes, very good point. If your character is a fan of WWE, then before you stands Lilith Rose. I guess I don't quite remember a heavyweight champion or lightweight. I don't quite remember your physique, but a notable figure. In any case, one that is well known.
Huh?
Were you a gnome?
No, I'm a tiefling.
Tiefling. Somebody was a gnome. Who was a gnome?
I
No, that
believe
was the beginning of the
person that
story
she
was a
ran
gnome running
into
away.
was a gnome. The gnome was the person trying to run away.
Oh, okay.
That's when I smacked down on the floor.
Or people
but,
racism again.
Things are sort of progressing, and so like McCornfell, you and your son are just sort of on one of the outer stalls, trying to see if there's a cheap costume you can sort of buy. And Culdur, you're off in the corner. You're
So
give me a little something here. Give me a little something here.
all right, I am completely alone, not surrounded by anyone. I have my Razr cell phone out, like the old one, not the new one, and somehow someone's given me cat ears, like black and blue cat ears that I am of course wearing, with no like regard. I look like I belong at a convention, but I also look like I don't belong in the situation.
I love it.
But I am looking for drugs to sell. That is my goal.
And like as people pass you by, you're like really quickly slipping exchanges under the watchful eyes of the security guards, which they're not paid enough to really keep a close eye on things. All of this is going on. Let me also position. Oops, that's I guess a little bit of a spoiler that I just said that. Don't worry about it.
Combat? Bonking? What?
Don't worry about that. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just place people in random places. Let's do who did anybody assume charge over Sato, the 13-year-old boy?
Not my child.
Maybe
We're at a convention. Why would I assume control of any child?
Maybe Tasha's gonna run into him. Oh, I'm gonna make him RP a bit.
Oh shoot!
Tasha's
All
gonna-
right, tell me the scene.
Okay, Tasha's gonna, walk around. Maybe she just got done meeting Ethan Peck and like pretty good mood, but then she notices this child who's dressed in. What are you dressed up in?
A school uniform.
School uniform. In a school uniform, a little out of place. What do you look like? Are you like? What are you doing?
Improv, baby.
I am ordering my bodyguards.
You don't have bodyguards. I cannot give you people the command.
That's why he's ordering them right now.
Maybe he's like ordering imaginary bodyguards, so I think he's a little crazy. So I'm gonna go up to him and be like,
Is he like a host club character? Like I'm not sure. 'Cause that's the vibe I'm feeling right now.
I'm gonna walk up, be like, "Hey, you seem a little young to be out by yourself. Are you here with anyone?"
No.
He sounds like a scared little boy.
All right.
Oh my god.
Well, what are you here to? Are you? So you're here by yourself?
Maybe. What do you want?
No.
Well, I'm just making sure you're okay. Do you want me to go grab somebody, or are you all right? You just.
I want my mama.
No.
All right. Okay, what's your name?
Sato.
Sato. All right, that's a cool name. Here, I'll go try to grab someone and help you find your mom. Okay.
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 Thank you.
You hear over the intercoms as people are just sort of filling by, they're announcing all this stuff. You hear the announcer, who's I guess just he's a lanky sort of guy. He's got like a nice do. He's got a really cool like striped shirt and some suspenders on. Looks at his lesson and says, "Ooh, we got a classic coming up right here. Please, everybody, give it up for Darth Vader." And you see a guy dressed as Darth Vader walk on out. There's not too much fanfare. I mean, like, it's been like 30 years. Like, everybody knows who Darth Vader is. But there's some, I mean, Star Wars is still going on strong. There's some clapping. And, oh, okay, thank you.
Tasha's gonna be like, Star Trek.
And you sort of watch as that, like, he pulls out, like, little lightsaber thing, and it goes, and people are like, "Ooh, that's cool." It doesn't have the like, how like a lot of the lightsabers toys that we have like that plastic thing that encases the actual beam, but this one actually looks like it's extending from the whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. The shaft, the actual lightsaber. And Kayleigh, are you okay?
Huh?
You became a ghost in the machine. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Your mic.
Your mic
Is
was
it
just
freaking
freaking
out?
out. It was
Oh,
freaking
I'm
out.
sorry.
I'm keeping track of time. Don't you worry. This is the last thing that's gonna happen. You sort of watch as he walks up with his lightsaber drawn, and behind him, there's also like this like cute little entourage of stormtroopers that are rushing out with all matching uniforms and blasters and whatever. You sort of watch as like this guy does that like force choke thing, and the announcer's going like, everybody's like, haha, funny joke. Can I have y'all make perception checks?
How?
Okay, here we go, Sato. Your first roll ever. So, open your character sheet. You know how to do that.
Yes.
Okay. In your skills, you will have a skill called perception. You click on the word perception.
Like on the left, one of the boxes.
Yeah. Oh, he did it.
Yay.
You're on that one.
Thank you.
That's a 4, not a 3, but whatever. It's still bad.
Not a problem. You rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, McCornfell, you're just like, you're trying to put on some like, you're trying to put on, maybe you're trying to put on that Batman cowl, and it just kind of gets stuck because it's not made for kobold heads, it's made for human heads.
How do you wear this with glasses?
Lilith, you are the only one to notice, but the announcer is actually choking. Like, actually choking.
Oh my gosh. Who's standing? Is anybody standing next to me? Or I'm like by the stage or whatever.
You can be by the stage, sure.
So I'm just gonna run up on stage and like start patting him on his back.
You do that, and I like that.
I feel like I would do.
Yeah, this Darth Vader figure is actually still walking forward with his hand outstretched, and you actually watch as the announcer's feet leaves the ground.
Gosh, what is going on?
And
I'm gonna like try
people
to like hold him down.
I feel like that makes it worse. People are starting to get a little the jovial laughter has turned into nervous laughter. And this guy is starting to turn
off the stage.
This
Why are you beating this man up?
This guy is starting to turn a little blue. And then
This is
you
part of the
watch
show.
as this cosplayer takes his lightsaber and stabs the guy.
Oh my god.
I'm just like a shock.
Emotional damage.
Well, more than emotional damage, the entire crowd goes silent, and this figure throws the guy's lifeless corpse into the ground, and then you watch as other stormtroopers actually appear from all around and start blasting, and everybody runs away, and it is mass chaos. And that is where we will leave tonight's session in preparation for the next one. Again, I apologize earlier for the mismention of time. I should have kept my eye on the clock, but thank you for joining in for our first session. And we're going to start up next session with some combat. So let's get ready for that.
I figure all the people in the audience would have gotten away because no stormtrooper would have actually hit anybody.
They better have disadvantage at all of their shooting rolls.
We missed a competition.
Decorations that are set up for the cosplay.
All right. Well, with that, I bid you all a...
Hamtaro off to the side of the stage.
Yeah, you're still your Hamtaro costume on the side of the stage. They're blasting holes through it. There's applause.
It's not
okay.
the RP next week either.
Incredible. Yeah, next week we are starting off with combat, so I'm very certain some of you are going to be in that. I'm sure you have that secret DM chat and are going to be talking about stuff. Again, thank you for being patient. Give me feedback. I know there's things I can do way, way better. but so like your fun is paramount. But thank you for being present. Thank you for those who could do wear Kims. Thank you for that. It was a lot of fun. I am looking forward to this campaign. All right, have a wonderful Friday night.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Josie.
Thank you,
Thanks, everyone.
Josie.
Guys.
Bye.
Sweet
Thank
dude.
Bye.
you. Thank you.